Hey, nice. Oh, hey everyone. Looks like my camera's effed up. Um, I don't know what to do here. Maybe let me turn off my camera and turn it back on again. It matters so much, I know. Um, no one needs to see me anyways. Oh, oh, super choppy. I'm not even gonna deal with it. Let's do some highlights, though, shall we? Oh man, good stuff, Timberwolves. Good stuff. We win a game we're supposed to win, and worry not, fret not. Wolves have our backs, man. Wolves have our backs, no matter what. You ever doubt them? They say shame on you. Let me see if I can move this quickly. Yeah, quick like right there. Matters. What matters most? Do you want to see? There it is. There it is. There we are. Feels like it's going faster too than normal. Let's see what we can do here. Nope, it's good. Cool. Well, anywho, we're here. We have won. Timberwolves 2-game win streak starts now. On to the next one. First 2-game win streak since the opening first 2 games of the season, where we beat the Rockets and beat the Pelicans. Um, that first half was pretty interesting. That first 5 minutes was like everyone's on. Let's never miss. Ant had 10 points, didn't score until late in the fourth quarter. Cat came to play, had some sensational plays. 3 from Mankato, as Dave Ben said. Um, we we were ready tonight, and it seemed like the game plan was business. You know, just handle it. Anytime the Spurs went on a run, we responded. For the first time this season, we responded. We didn't despond. We didn't lose focus. Sure, we'll have turnovers. We're a young team. Sure, we'll have, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just gonna put this in the front. We're just gonna watch the highlights, top of everything, and maybe I'll make it even bigger because, um, oh, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, cool. Mamacita. Um, cool. We're back. We're back, and it was great to see the full team kind of perform, right? And at a, I wouldn't say high level, but at the level that is required to beat the Spurs, this iteration of the Spurs, right? Where they're relying on DeJounte Murray, Eubanks, and, McDermott from the corner, right? And, well, and Calvin Johnson, who is a pretty solid player, but, solid players aren't going to get you to the promised land here. Um, this win doesn't really go without saying there are some holes, there's some hiccups, but we could kind of put them off, punt them for next time, right? We're looking at this 5-game like kind of like series as a block of games. This, in my opinion, and kind of analyze a team as a 5-game block. Like, so what did Cat do yesterday? 12 shots, but insane efficiency. What did Cat do today? Well, he turned it around, right? He got a little bit more aggressive, um, 4 more shot aggressive. Same, number of attempts from the field, but what I saw mostly though was just his ability to box out, which is something that is rare. And seeing though as he had 21, 12, and 5 with a block in there and 2 turnovers, I will take that performance from Cat in a game where he didn't need to overperform. On the back end of a back-to-back, we have finally won since for the first time since I can even remember, right? Like, I don't even know the last time we won the back end of a back-to-back. It's got to be years. It's got to be, potentially maybe the Jimmy Butler years, maybe the Rick Adelman years. We were never doing that with the crap that we were building with earlier. Game ball, like, Vando's incredible, right? Vando was sensational tonight. Everything he did was just keeping the rest of our team afloat and gave us so many extra chances. The blocks were sensational. Patrick Beverley, from kind of being a little bit of a hero last game to not a zero, definitely not zero, but definitely someone who there it is. Definitely someone who wasn't heavily relied on tonight, but was there to kind of slow down the pace of any run, thwart the run, stop the push by the Spurs. When we got it down to 5, or when they got it down to 5, it was a little bit stressful, but we were able to just cerebrally just like extend that lead, get a Beasley 3, get a couple bench players to step up, and I thought great, this is great. Ant was disappointing outside of those first 5 minutes, honestly, but we won the game with Ant being disappointing. We can take these. We got a bench unit to show up, and Ant only shot 11 times. So, the efficiency is there to some extent. You can kind of look through the grapevines of the stat line, the box score, and say he wasn't aggressive enough. But we got a lot of people, a lot of shots, right? Tori Prince probably had his best game of the season. I was surprised that Balmaro got pulled up and didn't get any playing time, but maybe it's because D'Lo played pretty well, and up 20 or so with 7 minutes left to go, you don't want to really squander that lead, and it got to like 12 or something at one point. So I think the starters played a little bit extra than they were supposed to, but it's great to see 2 out of the 3 bigs play. 2 out of the 3 of our stars play well. I thought D'Lo had a kind of a rebound performance from his kind of putrid game the other day, and I thought his kind of defense just like was stoic. It was kind of stable. He wasn't a turnstile, and overall, like, our bench kind of showed up tonight, and that was a big difference maker when players are, kind of running midnight oil to get from game to game. And in a nutshell, I think this was just won by committee. A team that we're supposed to beat, we beat, and a team that we beat handedly is very, very satisfying for me as a fan, but also just it's standard. This is who we should beat, right? And so I'm glad that it happened like this, and it wasn't like a scrappy victory like it was last time. I'm going to keep this really short because you can't see my camera, which is, I'm really sorry, and I apologize profusely about that. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. You don't. Let's do this on loop. There it is. And let's go into a tier list, which I am also frantically trying to figure out. Let's see if that works. Bear with me here, please. Look at that. Look at that. It's coming up. Boom. Love it. Kinda, sorta. We got a tier list. We got some players who played. We got a lot of players that played. We got an Ed Davis, random Ed Davis showing up today. I would say that... oh my god, what happened here? What just happened here? There it is. Phew. And then I want to get the highlights, but you know what? We're just going to go quick, right? We are really just going to go quick here. Make this a 20-minute show or less. This is a game we needed to beat. We needed to beat this team because it's not a desperation win, but we need to be desperate. Any given win is just, gold for us because we need to inch up the standings. We are, if we were to kind of quickly look at the standings, And I'm not going to, screen share anything, but if I were to, talk about the standings, we are now 6-9, which is very nice. We're on a 2-game win streak. We are in the 11th spot and just a half game shy of play-in territory. Just a couple games from the 6th seed, so that the LA Clippers, who started 1-3, 1-4, and now 9-6. They're still they're still kind of within reach, which is kind of silly, right? Very, very silly for a team like us who have started so random. One more thing that I would say is key to this run, this 2-game win streak, is our defense, man, is ahead of our offense. Our defense is really performing at a level that I wasn't expecting all season. Actually, I have grown so numb to just passive, aggressive, trying to do too much, trying to go for the blocks, let the players get the O-board, rebound, dunk, right? Try to close out on 3-pointers, but they're always open. I feel like this year is just, we're kind of brewing a new kind of entity on that end. And, might go in the record books as like one of our most feistiest, defensive teams that we've seen in a long time. And I'm really happy to see that kind of, momentum build with every game that we've played this year. Real quick, a small note before I get into the tier list, the teary-eyed tier list. The Spurs are crazy. Like, they are probably better. They're probably worse than their record. They're starting, tank commander Doug McDermott, and a bunch of people that you would think DeJounte Murray should get more recognition for his play, but he's kind of pulling a Tyrese Halliburton. He's not really shooting with a lot of efficiency this year, right? He needs to get to the line a lot more. Keldon Johnson's probably their best player. He's the most regular. He fucking took 5 shots tonight. Their best player tonight was probably Devin Vassell. He had that crazy run of, where he got like maybe 7-8 points in a row. Lonnie Walker probably wouldn't have had much of a game if it weren't for Tori Prince basically clocking him in the chin. To the tier list we go. And yeah, let's make this quick, as I say, and haven't started at all. Jalen Noel, Nathan Knight, they all played, right? Who cares? Jordan McLaughlin, who cares? Torian Prince, his best game so far as a Timberwolf. I'm not going to really think too much about it. Like, we need this guy to perform, and especially when it's the back-to-back, especially when, you need to spell your stars here and there. Ant gets in foul trouble. Who do we put in, right? Who hasn't really played, who's well-rested? Oh, it's this guy, this motherfucker. And Torian Prince showed his worth to us tonight. And, all right, well, now that contract looks just a hair better, right? That trade looks just a little bit better. This is the Torian Prince we need, and it is clear by his shot that it's improving. I would rather us peak at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, to push towards a playoff run or playoff appearance than to peak early as we have before, right? The 3-1 Wolves go, 0-35 after, right? Previous years. So we need to peak at the right time. This is defense first. This is offense will show, offense will flow, offense will evolve over time and become maybe to the same tier as our defense, as long as we keep our defense at this level. Torian Prince helps that. He's a kind of a semi-tall dude who can play and switch the 2 through 4, and I like that. I think he's great in this like shorter rotation where he can play multiple positions. Josh Okogie's out. Torian Prince is supposed to kind of supplant Josh Okogie in a lot of ways. Josh Okogie brings a lot more energy, hype, and kind of just prowess. But Torian Prince does all the simple things great. I will keep it at that, and hopefully he builds confidence. He was smiling out there. That's great to see. Another really, really awesome performance from our bench was Jaden McDaniels. And I'm going to keep this very brief, right? He came out and busted a fucking, cracked a nut, man. He, I don't know, this is like the best he's looked. 13 points, 6 rebounds, a fucking sick dunk, a steal. a block, an assist. Like, he does the Audrey Kirilenko so well, that impersonation. 6 for 8 from the field, man. Like, that is insane. Stay on the bench, come off the bench, and be this hype dude where we find you just a little bit more. I feel like starting for him, getting 0 touches, getting those like desperation heaves towards him, right? Like just like bailout, grenade shot, like hand grenade type shots. Those aren't great for him and his efficiency, and you can kind of like tune yourself out offensively when you're just knowing the ball's never coming to you, right? So hell yeah, Jaden, man. Like, this is the player we need from you on a daily basis. And I'm excited to see what we had tonight from you. Chad has been a little bit quiet tonight, but I will say thank you so much for showing up, Gerald Becker. So shout out to you and your 52 win prediction. It's still alive. It's still afloat. Let's go celebrate. I'll eat a shoe if we get to 52 wins. I'm that serious. Let's go back to the tier list, though. Let's talk about... I'm getting confused because I have fucking Ed Davis here. I don't know why. Let's talk about Beasley. B for Beasley. We're not going to over sugarcoat his effort. 5 for 13 isn't 5. 6 for 13 isn't 7 for 13. He didn't have an amazing shot tonight, but plus 12. One of his best plus minuses of the season. 15 points. All the shots were threes, and I didn't really see a hole in this game, right? When the Spurs were making a run, it was when Malik Beasley was out there. So, like, he was negative until it became a positive, right? Like, that run was hurting his plus minus. His run was hurting his efficiency. But he kind of neutered and kind of neutralized Devin Vassell's output, who was their best player tonight. So, hats off to Malik Beasley. This is the player we need. We're not going to guarantee him 13 shots a game. He's got to make the most of every opportunity. And this is like another game for him to find himself in a rhythm. So when it matters versus the Miami Heat, for example, or the Memphis Grizzlies, for example, he's got a little bit of a backbone from a previous game, right? All right. B for Beasley. Like, I'm not going to, think twice about it. On to the starters. Right before we get to the starters, though, I want to do a quick shout out to Ed Davis, who started for the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. They ended up losing to the Golden State Warriors, which is kind of an obvious, outcome. Steph Curry going for 40 again, like, that's fucking, I breathe air. He scores 40. Nemanja Bjelica, Andrew Wiggins, combined for 26 points. Ed Davis starts. Doesn't play a whole lot. 7 points, 14 rebounds. Good for him. We're back to the Timberwolves, though. So I'm just gonna make it really fun and be like fucking A1. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Glenn Taylor tier. Beverly wasn't really needed. Didn't do a whole lot. Probably the best of our role players in the backcourt, and he didn't have to do a whole lot. He wasn't relied on tonight, and he was a C tier. Didn't do anything to really push us in one direction or another other than stabilize the floor, be a floor general. And seriously, I had no idea he had it in him. Just like a shorter version of Draymond Green is what I've always thought he was, right? Just like a dude who's like in everyone's face, doesn't do a whole lot of extracurricular shit. And he had 7 assists tonight. He had 2 blocks tonight. He had 8 points. Like, these are winnable, like, these are gets. These are things that we would never anticipate him coming, at post game with, right? So, in a box score, great stuff by Beverly. I encourage more of this from him. Let's get to the 4 most important players of the day. I'm going to leave Vando for later. And start of the game as an A1 tier, right? Then didn't do anything, and he's a Wancho tier. I think this is a pretty subpar performance from him. He's still getting some rebounds. He's still getting just general stats. Whoops, as I close my box score, which is depressing. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I didn't see anything too surprising from Ant on either end, other than just kind of reluctance to take over any given moment, reluctance to really just like spark flow, offensive flow. But he was passing a little bit more intentionally tonight, and 6 assists. That's great, right? That's really cool. And 6 assists to 4 turnovers. We need a positive A to TO ratio for him, and I need him to slow down. I need him to slow down just a little bit. I need him to slow down just a little bit so then he can realize where his dribble is. And 1 second, I'm getting some stupid ass. I hate ESPN so much. With stupid ass autoplay box score. All right, sorry guys. I'm all out of sorts because I'm alone. I'm alone in my thoughts and my feelings, and my camera is looking at me and is like saying, "Why are you so frozen?" So there's that. Um, Ant, I think, deserves a C. It's not what we expected from him offensively, and honestly, it's not really what we expect from him on the defensive end. But um, I think he deserves a C just because he was able to find that he didn't need to be, shot ready all the time. He found others in the flow of the offense and tried to push pace when he could, but really was out to just defer and allow others to take over when he needed to. I will say, what pegs him down a bit is actually his foul trouble. He was a little foul prone. He gave Trey Jones and the Jones family from Minnesota a good name with him kind of just, pushing Trey Jones to the floor. That's kind of something that you don't want to see from your rookie or to your player, your all-star, your future all-star. You definitely don't want him to kind of just like get those stupid fouls. And well, I'm hoping this is a lesson learned. This is a game that he'll bounce back from, and I'm sure of it because he shoots himself into games just as much as he tries to take over when he's cold. Speaking of cold, icy D'Lo. I loved his game tonight. I really did. I think he has a great post presence when he wants to. He's one of those like high volume shot takers, makers to feel himself in the game. I would rather have D'Lo shoot 19 times than like someone else from the bench, right? So if it's him leading the second unit, I don't mind him taking the shots. That's cool that we have that kind of system in place where the top 3 dogs are taking always the most shots, right? D'Lo only made 6 shots. 6 to 19 is pretty garbage. 4 of 12 is better than 1 for 10. But he got to the line the most out of our team, and that is awesome. 5 assists, 1 steal, a block. That block that probably wasn't supposed to be charged as a block was a block. Plus 29, team leading plus 29. So that means a lot, in my opinion. And moving forward, D'Lo is trying to shoot himself into the game and try to shoot himself into the season. Has had moments of miraculous play, but mostly kind of just like substandard, right? Mostly a C, mostly a D type player. But we win tonight on the efforts of D'Lo for sure, because giving him the ball poses a threat, has all defenses like kind of focus on him and push towards getting the ball out of his hands. And he has this uncanny way of scoring at a weird moment. And he had that and one from 3, so that 4-point play was surreal, man. Like I love seeing that, and I want more from D'Lo. But that's a B performance from him for sure. And well, let's see let's move on to who's left. Vando. One of my favorite players on this team. Doesn't expect the ball ever. Incredible hops, incredible ability to, be as versatile as can be, to be our Swiss Army knife. And every team needs something like that, right? The Rodmans, the Marcus Smarts, the Chris Bosches. I don't know. Every team needs a Swiss Army knife, and run our tests and everything. That's Vando. That's Patrick Beverly, but that's also Vando. And I think this team could have actually come out without energy, and without Vando, we have no energy. They feed off of it. Like you can tell, it's very tenable. It's like a palpable stat that's not recorded. his energy, his offensive rebounding, his putback dunks and his steals, blocks, all of the energy that's recorded, like live stats, but just his way he can defend 1 through 5, the way that he can, box out players that are, bigger, stronger, and whatever. He does that, and the way he challenges, how it is and what it is to rebound. He can come skying in from a rebound. He can come out of nowhere and just like grab it, snipe it, right? Those are just high energy plays that he's playing nonstop. And so this is a trend. Can't wait for him to continue being B to A tier. Cat, not gonna sugarcoat it. 19 shots, no, 16 shot attempts. There all game long when we needed him. He played a team high 38 minutes. Team high 25 points, 12 rebounds. Good job, big man Cat, the point meow with 5 assists. He had 1 block where he got really pumped up for, apparently, and he went to the line a few times. We didn't really go to the line that much as a team. Spurs probably don't foul that much, but we don't create contact enough, and we need to really do a better job because the Spurs are a good testing ground for trying to initiate contact and see if we can get calls. Because what can we get away with? What can how can we maneuver defenses? This is a good test. It's good to test things, right? But it's not great to test things when you're playing against playoff contenders and the teams that you're trying to really like overtake in the standings. But maybe against like the Orlandos and the Detroits and the Houstons and the Spurs of the league this year at least, you could try to get away with some things. And well, D'Lo did that a couple times, and I think that Ant and Cat, or Cat especially, was able to kind of abuse his size a bit, and I'm happy. I'm happy for him because this is a good outcome. He didn't really get ahead of himself, and he wasn't really beside himself tonight, right? Nothing really, like, you could see glimpses, and like he was starting to kind of like really get at the refs towards the fourth quarter stint. Then he shut the fuck up, and then he just played, and we won the game. Like, so winning cures all. Like, he's gonna say that crap in post game that he was like, we did our job. We trust in our work, and I really appreciated what he did out there tonight. 3 for 4 from 3. He needs 10 attempts from 3 a night at a minimum. He could go for 40. He could go for Steph Curry-like stats. Honestly, like, we need to give him 10 more shots a game, and like 6 of those shots need to be threes. Honestly, a game per game. Well, I'm gonna go back to chat, and I'm gonna play this again, and we're gonna kind of watch the rest of this video and probably call it a night, eh? Yeah, maybe not. I got nothing else to say. We got Memphis coming up, right? We got Memphis. We got Miami Heat, who are just like absolutely destroying the season, and I kind of see a most improved placard next to Tyler Hero's name. He's just dominating. And when Jimmy was out, he was carrying the load. Let's look at the schedule here for the next couple days. I'm going to look at it and just recite it to you all. It's a very low turnout tonight from chat, and that's okay. I totally expect that. Cameron's not here, right? This is just me and a voice, and a quarter of the video is the replay. I don't know, right? This is not entertaining to look at. We don't play tomorrow. Hats off. Let's go get drunk. Let's go get high. Saturday we play against Memphis. Monday we play against the Pelicans. Really? The Pelicans again? Oh, and Wednesday the Heat. Let's talk about this. Memphis. That's a game that, maybe early in the season we obviously lost to them, but this is a team that we can beat, man. Like we're on a bit of a high. We need to redeem ourselves. This could be a winnable get. This could be a winnable game. I don't know why I'm struggling to say any of this, but The Pelicans, man, like I guess Brandon Ingram's back, Josh Hart's back. They're a fucking mess. They want to lose. They want to tank. They don't know what the fuck they are. I think Valanciunas is out. Um, and we don't know what the fuck Zion's about. Once again, a very winnable game, a very obtainable, record boosting game on Monday, the 22nd, right before Turkey Day festivities. And the day before Turkey Day, Wednesday, the 24th, we play against Miami. Now, that is the game of this 5-game span that I will say, if we lose, it's okay. But I want that game probably most out of any of these games. Fuck Jimmy Butler for the rest of his life and the rest of ours. Hate his ass. That team is playing so goddamn well. Despite him probably being right about our team and him bailing the way he did, like, fuck all of that, right? He should probably call Rachel after the end of this game. But Miami and Minnesota, man, that's going to be the game of the week for me. Game of this 5-game span. So that would put us at 3-2, or 4-1. 4-2. I think that might be 6 games. Sorry. Yesterday, Phoenix was a loss, and then we played the Kings, beat them. Then we just finished the Spurs. We killed them. We can play Memphis. We can beat them. We can do Pelicans. We can beat them. That's 4-1, right? And then to cap off that is a game against the Heat. And I think that that is the game to watch, to see our team mature before our eyes. And the defense carrying us so far to 6 wins is nice. Shooters will shoot themselves into games, as we saw Prince and Beasley. Scorers will score themselves in the games, as we can see from our efficient big man. And Ant can come alive and get moments' notice. I mean, we'll need him throughout the season. This is a pretty bad standing game for him, but we're going to need him, and we're going to see him, flourish in these games coming up. That's it for me, everyone. 22-3. That's so stupid. 22-3. Wow. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. It's really just unfortunate that Cameron couldn't make it, because he carries this show. Like, he has no idea how much he carries this show. Shout out to Cameron. Shout out to his family. Hope they're all doing well. And on to the next game. Boom. 2-game win streak. Let's celebrate. But let's stay calm, as Cameron said. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Even flow. All right, well, this is Guy/Ashwin signing off. I hope you have a great rest of your night, as I said 5 times already, and peace. With the outro as our intro, as our outro.